Hello, my name's Alexis and welcome to my Reading for 1000 Minutes Challenge reading vlog. So I am doing this in celebration of hitting 1000 subscribers. I don't know how we made it here. When I started this channel in January, I thought it would take much longer to hit 1000 subscribers. So thank you so much to you for watching this video, subscribing if you have. So yeah, this is just wild to me and I knew I wanted to do something to celebrate and challenge myself a little, and I mean a little. This is not going to be very hard, I think. This could be famous last words. So rewind a little bit. This challenge is not an original idea. This timer method that I'm going to be using, a lot of people do them. A lot of people do videos like this. Most people read for 24 hours straight. I wanted to keep it on theme for 1K and do a 1000 something challenge. I didn't want to read 1000 pages a day because no thanks. So I thought this was a lot more manageable. And if I keep doing this, when I keep accumulating subscribers, it will get more challenging. So to start off, this is a little baby challenge. I should have no problem completing this because if you've done the math already, 1000 minutes equals to 16 hours and 40 minutes, which most people do this challenge for 24 hours at a time. So 16 hours, no problem. So the way we're gonna do this is I'm going to set a stopwatch timer on my phone, and every time I'm reading, I'll start it. Every time I stop reading, I will pause it, and we're gonna keep this going until I reach 16 hours and 40 minutes or 1000 minutes. I'm gonna film this until we hit that point. My goal is for it to be no longer than a week's worth of reading. Like, that would be ridiculous if it was any longer than that, because this actually factors out to about 2 hours of reading a day, which I should be doing anyways. But yeah, that is the plan. Those are the rules. And now we're gonna talk about what I'm going to be reading this week to decide my first read, because I wanted to involve you in it and I honestly couldn't decide. I was just too excited. I placed a poll up on Instagram, so I think I'm gonna go make some breakfast now and we can check the poll and start reading.
I think there's another universe where I haven't yet felt pain, and maybe in that other universe I'm a flower and you're the rain. I think somewhere in a different life.
Hello, good morning / afternoon, because it's already 1 p.m. But I had a very productive morning. I filmed my August Battle of the Books, so now I am sitting down to finally have breakfast and coffee. Amazing that I could film a whole video without coffee. But we are here at my kitchen table because we're gonna pick our first book that we're reading for this challenge. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. Handle is the same as my YouTube channel, and it is always linked below, Alexis Fully Booked. Last I checked, An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson was winning, which is why I brought my Kindle, because I do have a suspicion that they are still going to be the winners, but The Raven Boys was like right there. So let's see. Yeah, An Academy for Liars won with 48% of the vote. So that is going to be our first book of the challenge. So thank you so much to the publisher and NetGalley for sending me my first ever ARC. This one comes out soon, so I definitely wanted to read this one at the beginning of the month. So I'm really happy it won the poll. Let me figure out how to download it, eat my breakfast, and then we'll check in when I'm ready to start reading and start the timer. I think we did it. I think we got it. That took way too long. Oh my God, now I have 1 million copies. They're still coming. Oh my God, it's still downloading. Oh no. You can tell I'm new at this. Okay, so if this is your first ever time sending a NetGalley book to your Kindle, don't hit it 1 million times. But we got it. We finally got it. Commence the reading challenge.
I think somewhere in a different life I'm still 7 in 2nd grade, and I'm so happy that I feel alright, and that I haven't met my brain.
Have just hit the 1 hour mark, so I thought it was a good time to check in. I have still been reading An Academy for Liars. I made it to the 15% mark, and there's not page numbers on this Kindle edition, but just doing the math, I should have read about 69 pages because it is a total of 464 pages. So a little disappointed with my progress there. I would have liked to make it to like the 25% mark, but knowing that I've read almost 70 pages an hour, that's pretty good. So my plan now is to just keep going with this. I'm feeling pretty good, feeling like I still want to read. Again, the goal every day is to read for 2 hours at least. And then with it being Labor Day today, the reason that I am off of work on a Monday, I would like to get maybe 4 hours total just to kind of have a little cushion for later in the week when I don't feel like reading as much. So far in this book, I'm loving it. I forgot it was dark academia, which like, how could I? It literally has the word academy in the title. But yeah, I was thinking this was going to be like witchy, which it kind of is. It's about magic. We are following our main character, Lennon, and in the beginning, it just kind of goes. So in the beginning, she's in this relationship that is not doing good. Something happens at her engagement party, and she decides to leave in the middle of the night. And she actually decides to kill herself. So as she is about to take some pills, a phone in a phone booth near her car starts ringing, and she answers it, and there's a mysterious voice on the other side of the line that tells her that she has an interview at Drayton College the next day, and she has never applied to this college. She's never even heard of it, and the person on the phone just urges her that she can't miss this interview. So she's kind of questioning, like, should she be doing this? Is she going crazy? She decides to go to this interview because what else does she have to lose? She ends up driving all night to get to this place she's never heard of, and it's just instantly like so strange. So she enters the college, and this person starts asking her really personal questions, but then like also just knows things about her. They know about what happened at the party, and they know about her fiance, and like things she's never told anybody else. And then she goes to this room and takes an entry exam that is very, very strange. And she somehow ends up passing all of these entry tests and interviews, and she gets accepted into the college. And it seems like the college is going to be kind of teaching you persuasion, and in some cases, maybe magical abilities. I'm definitely getting the sense that Lennon has some sort of magical abilities. In one of the entry tests, she was able to persuade somebody to do something. There was a great scene in the first chapter of her seeing something in a mirror, and that was pretty spooky. So I'm really excited to just kind of elaborate on that. Like, why was this figure in the mirror doing what it was? What does this mean? I just feel like there's going to be a lot to uncover with this character, but the setting of the college, it just feels like its own character. Like, Alexis Henderson writes like gothic settings so well, and I'm just so excited. I love her writing so much, and I'm just like, it's been a while since I've read a good dark academia book, and I'm feeling it. We have the perfect fall weather today. You would have seen I read outside for a little bit, but I got kind of cold, so I decided to come in and get under a blanket. So I think that's all I have for now. I'm just gonna keep reading and maybe check in with you at hour 2. Might keep going till I have some more thoughts. Not sure yet, but yeah, good start to the challenge so far. Hello again. We have reached our stopping point for the night because I am falling asleep and I need to go to bed because I work tomorrow. It is currently 11:56 and I just hit the 3-hour mark. 3 hours and 16 seconds. And I've made it to 43% of an Academy for Liars, which equals about 199 pages. Overall, not mad with the progress today. I know I said my goal was 4 hours, but I did a lot around the house that I have been putting off for a literal month. So I'm okay with sacrificing an hour of reading for doing those things. I'm excited to keep going with this book. I'm really hoping to finish it tomorrow. I should be able to. I'm still really enjoying it. It's giving me very much Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo vibes, which is one of my favorite books of all time. Like, it's got the secret society aspect. They go to this super prestigious and competitive school, and it's just so good. Definitely trigger warnings for animal abuse, sort of. There's a description early on of killing a bird, and then they use like lab rats in their like classes and experiment things, and then some drug use too, and just some dark scenes. I wouldn't say it's as dark as Ninth House gets yet, but it's very similar. What are you doing up here? So if you, like me, are craving the next Ninth House book, I think this would be a good one to hold you over. It feels very similar. That's all for tonight. I'm gonna go to bed, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Hello, it is the next night. It's already 8:51 and I have not read anything today. I've been editing a video, so that's my excuse. I will be reading soon because we have to hit the 2-hour goal. But first, I went to Target earlier. The Sour Patch Kids Apple Harvest flavor, that's like a bunch of different apple flavors, so I thought we would try them out. I love Sour Patch Kids so much and I'm so excited. We have 3 different flavors. We have the red is cran apple, the orange is apple cider, and the green is caramel apple. Okay, so we have red, orange, green. Okay, so the red one is cranberry apple. That's good. I'm getting a lot of cranberry from it. This one is apple cider. That's literally like drinking a sip of apple cider. And then this one is caramel apple. I got more apple from that one, and then there was a little bit of caramel at the end, but overall, 5 stars. Really good. They're much sweeter than normal Sour Patch Kids. They remind me a lot of like the strawberry ones, if you've ever had those. I am a big fan of all of the versions of Sour Patch Kids. But yeah, I like this a lot. I'm gonna go try not to finish this entire bag. I have a little bit more of editing to do on my video. I'm gonna do that hopefully no more than an hour, and then start reading. See, if I start reading at 10 o'clock, that brings us to midnight. And that's like 2 hours straight of reading, and I'm probably gonna fall asleep. So let's try to finish this video super fast so we can get to reading, and then I will see you when I actually read something. My battery's low. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Hello. Good morning / afternoon because it's 1 p.m. already. I have been working. It is Wednesday. I'm so thrown off with having Monday off for Labor Day. Like, I keep thinking it's Tuesday. It is not. It's Wednesday. And I wanted to talk to you because I did end up reading for an hour last night. I know that was not the goal. The goal was 2 hours, but because I read a little bit extra on Monday, it's okay. Like, I'm still on track right now. So let's go to our stopwatch. We are right now at a total of 4 hours and 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes for our accumulated time. And I decided I'm going to take a real lunch break today, and I am going to read for an hour and try to finish. I don't know if I'm actually realistically going to be able to finish this in an hour. Let's see how long it says we have left. Yeah, 2 hours, 46 minutes is what my Kindle is predicting. Well, I do think I could read faster than that. I don't think I'm going to finish this in an hour, but we're going to get as far as we can. That's what's going on. That's the update. That's the goal. I'm going to start reading. I guess I could tell you a little bit more about the book. Really no new thoughts. My opinions are still standing. I'm still really, really liking it. There has been more magic introduced now that we're getting more into the story. I'm at the 60% mark. So the main character is kind of learning more magic. They don't call it magic. They call it persuasion, but it's magic. So she's learning more, she's able to do more, but I'm still confused because I feel like it's not doing the best job explaining how this stuff is happening. There are just some things that I'm a little confused at. I wish it was explained better, but overall, I'm still loving the vibes of this. We did have a murder occur, so it is like full dark academia now. It checks all the boxes, and yeah, the vibes are great. This is just a great September book. I'm reading this in the perfect time season. I really think there are books you just pick up at perfect times, and this is one of them. I definitely recommend adding it to your fall TBR. I'm gonna keep going on it. Hopefully some more things get explained, and I just keep enjoying it. Hello, good morning. I did not check in with you last night. Obviously, you know that. Because I was just tired. I did read. I promise I read. I have now made it to 6 hours exactly, like on the dot. 6 hours, 47 seconds. Not hit that last night though. I did read a little bit this morning. So, since we last spoke, I went to the gym. We got Taco Bell for dinner. I showered, I washed my hair, I read a little bit, and then I went to bed early because I had to get up early, and I am now starting work late because I had to go get blood work for just an annual doctor's appointment coming up. Needed updated blood work, but I absolutely hate that. It wasn't too bad today. The girl doing it, like, usually it's very painful for me. It was good. Maybe it's because we were talking about my pets. She was just excellent. So that was easy and a good thing to just get out of the way first thing in the morning. And then as a treat, of course, I had to get myself a sweet treat. This is the pumpkin cream chai latte, except I add 2 shots of espresso to make it a dirty chai latte. It's my favorite drink of the season. I try not to order these too often because this drink is $10. The audacity, I cannot be spending $10 on coffee every day. But today called for a sweet treat because I was very brave at my blood work appointment draw today. It tastes literally like a slice of pumpkin pie. And I'm wearing my pumpkin shirt. That wasn't on purpose, but reading-wise, at the gym, I started another book. I started the audiobook for The Age of Magical Overthinking, Notes on Modern Irrationality, and that's by Amanda Montell. And the audiobook's read by the author, which incredible. I love nonfiction like that. So I read her other book, Cultish, last year, 2 years ago, sometime. loved it. I am very fascinated in cults. I love true crime. So like it was obvious that I was gonna love that one. And before reading that, I listened to her podcast. She does do a podcast on cults. I believe it's called That Sounds Like a Cult. Something like that. Big fan of Amanda already, and then I've heard great things about her second book, and already, like, I think I'm on chapter 2. I'm loving it. It's just, yeah, like the title says, it's about magical overthinking. The first chapter was about, like, the parasocial relationships that we have with celebrities and how it can be really damaging to both us and the celebrity, the way we treat them. It talked about the halo effect. Really the first chapter was about Taylor Swift and the Swifties, which I love her podcast episode about the Swifties being a cult, because absolutely 100% the Swifties are a cult. So yeah, it's so interesting to me. It's so fun to listen to. And I was feeling kind of like not a slump, but overwhelmed by my audiobook choices. And the best thing for me when I'm like that is to just go with the nonfiction, because I try to read a nonfiction every month. This one was available from my library and I had been on hold for it for a while. So it just felt like the right choice. And I'm really glad that I did it. So obviously I counted the hour at the gym that I listened to it towards my total, because audiobooks count as reading. And then I have made more progress on An Academy for Liars. I took it with me to my appointment this morning, and thankfully I did, because it was like a 20-minute wait, even though I had an appointment, but that's fine. I got to count it towards my reading total. I have made it to 81%. I know the goal was to finish it yesterday. Don't remind me, but we're gonna finish it today, I promise. This is predicting I have an hour, 20 minutes left, which still believe I can do it faster than that. I'm still enjoying it, but I think my enjoyment has gone down a little bit. It's just the case of, why does every book need a romance in it? The answer is they don't. Sometimes I just want to read a like horror fantasy book and not have a romance. Plus, I don't like it. I don't like it in this book. One, it's unnecessary, and two, I don't like the love interest. Like, he's fine, but I don't like him as a love interest. So, yeah, those are my thoughts there. And we'll do that for a while. I'll take my break and hopefully read. And yeah, I will talk to you later.
Never been to California, never been to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday. Our friends are getting married, they're all settling down, so I'll lay here, watch the ceiling.
Hello. It is late and I'm very tired. It is way past my bedtime. It's 12:15. I'm usually asleep by like 11:45, but I thought we would do our end of the day check-in, because I did finish An Academy for Liars and start a new book. So our total for tonight is 7 hours, 14 minutes and 5 seconds. I guess we technically should have hit 8 hours today, but we'll do better tomorrow. I will catch up tomorrow. Okay, so final thoughts on An Academy for Liars. I decided to give it a 4-star rating. The beginning, 5-star vibes, incredible. I was loving it. And then probably the last 40% of the book, like, and it lost me, and I'm so sad because I was really, really liking it. So the plot just took a turn. Like, I was really, really enjoying just the school stuff, just her taking classes and learning her powers and the dark academia vibes, like all that, loving it. And then things changed. The romance I was telling you about kind of got introduced, and then like this big thing, like this big conflict got brought up. I'm trying my best to make sense without spoiling anything, but basically I feel like it wrapped up too easy. The conflict to me felt like it should have been drawn out over a few books, a series, a duology, something. it did not feel like something that could easily get introduced in the last 40% of the book and then like be as easily wrapped up as it was, if that makes sense. So a little unfortunate because I was loving it. It was so highly anticipated, and then for the ending to just let me down. I think I'm still gonna buy a copy. I'm definitely still gonna pick up more Alexis Henderson in the future, but yeah, right now House of Hunger is staying as my favorite by her. So after that, we watched the first football game of the season, which is the reason I'm up so late. I will not be doing this every Thursday night. Just had to for the first game. And then just during it, a little bit here and there, I started Death Note Black Edition Volume 2, which is actually a bind up of Volumes 3 and 4. So I didn't get very far. I got, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me, but like probably like 50 pages in. So I'm gonna go read a little tiny bit more of that just to like get into bed and fall asleep. I don't think it'll be more than a few pages. And then that will definitely be the goal, to finish that tomorrow. We have our audiobook we've been working on, and then I think I might be able to squeeze in one more physical book if it's a short one. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I am going to wash my face now and go to bed, and yeah, I will see you in the morning.
It's always gone too fast, like a trip to the beach or the life of James Dean. It kills me to think.
Hello, welcome to another sweaty after the gym update, but I'm really proud of myself for going. We've been so productive today, and we're just gonna keep it up when I get home. So I have to talk to you because I finished one book. I finished The Age of Magical Overthinking by Amanda Montell, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was a good, interesting, short audiobook to get me out of my audiobook slump I was in. It was great for this challenge because I was able to get through it really, really fast. And well, it wasn't like the most like mind-blowing book I've ever listened to. A lot of what she talked about, I did already have knowledge of. There were a few things that I learned, and it was just, it's really fun. I've never talked about this, but I actually have a degree in psychology, and there was just a lot of psychology terms and things discussed in the book, and yeah, it was great. While we're on the subject, I also have a degree in English. So 2 of my biggest interests, the human brain and books, which probably explains why I like such weird, messed up books. But anyways, so yeah, I ended up really, really liking that one. And then since then, I have moved on to Death Note Volume 2, which, did I tell you about that last night? I think I did, yes. So I've continued with that. I only have like 2, what are they called? Not the volumes, but like chapters inside a manga. Is it that easy? Is it just called a chapter? I think I have like 2 chapters left. So I was gonna try and finish it before going to the gym, but as I was reading on the couch after work, I started to fall asleep, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. I have to get up and like do something and not take a super long nap, as I am known to do. So yes, when I get home, I will finish those 2 chapters up, and then we'll have our 3rd book completed. And I think I'm just a little bit over 10 hours. I really wanted to check in with you when I hit the 8-hour mark, but it was earlier today while I was working and listening to the audiobook. So you're getting the check-in now. I am filming this on my phone right now because I didn't bring my camera to the gym, and my phone holder is just like slowly tilting. I really need a new one. So that's why I'm now at an angle. Hang on. Okay, that's slightly better. Okay, I think this just means I need to wrap it up. So yes, I'm gonna finish Death Note. I'm gonna pop the time we're at on the screen here because I know it's a little after 10 hours. And then after Death Note, we'll pick probably our last physical read of the challenge. And then my plan is to just stay up as late as I possibly can reading and definitely finish it tomorrow. And then yeah, that'll conclude our 16 hours and 40 minutes of reading. The audiobook definitely helped me get my hours up today. Like, we're already at 10 hours. We're doing great.
James Dean, it kills me to think I'm avoiding the pill I can't swallow. my twin brother, I keep missing his calls. It's funny just how easily
Hello again. I keep waiting till the end of the night when I'm literally falling asleep to give you my check-in. So yeah, tonight's no different. You would have seen earlier that I finished Death Note Volume 2. And this one really surprised me. I think I'm going to give it a 5-star rating. So if you have been following along, I have been rereading this series. Like, I'm only on the second one, so it's very new. But the first volume I had read before, back in like 2018, and I've seen the anime, so like I know the story. But I want to go back and reread the manga because it's one of my favorite animes of all time. And like, I just forgot a lot of what happened in this, and there was actually a few moments where I was like shook. I was like surprised. I did not expect things. So in this volume, we get introduced to Misa and Rem and just the investigation, L's investigation into who Kira is ongoing, Light's involvement in the investigation ongoing. The way this ended, like I do kind of remember that now, but I'm really excited for the next volume. Like a part of me wants to pick it up sooner than next month. So that's very exciting. And then after that, you also would have seen that I picked up The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is also a reread. I read this one. I meant to check before giving this update. I read this November 9th, 2018, and I rated it 2 stars. 2 stars in 2018, that's serious. I did not rate books that low back then. So yeah, I listened to the audiobook for this one and I did not like it at all. But you might know that Kayla from Books and Lala is doing a reread. She does a reread every year, I think, but like this is the first year she's invited her channel members to join her and she's doing like spoiler-filled vlogs. So I thought this was a year to finally give it a try again. I usually agree with Kayla's thoughts on books. Usually I say, as like I did give her favorite book of all time 2 stars back when. But yeah, I'm gonna give it another try. So far, I'm 50 pages in and I'm liking it a lot more than I remember. Not much has happened yet. We've been introduced to the main girl, Blue, and she lives in a family of like psychic fortune tellers. They read tarot. And then since she was born, it has been predicted that she will kill her true love with a kiss or after kissing him, something like that. And then we quickly get introduced to the Raven Boys. There's Gansey. I'll have to look up how to pronounce his name because I don't remember. He's like the leader and he's the one leading the search for the Welsh King. Yeah, so this series is all about sort of like magic. So Gansey believes that there's like a legend that if you find the sleeping Welsh king, he's not really dead, he's just sleeping, and if you wake him up, he will grant you a wish or something. And it's all about ley lines and like magical energy and all that stuff. So we at the very beginnings of like getting introduced to the boys. So yeah, we met the Raven Boys. So Gansey, Ronan, Adam, and Noah. And then there's also a guy named Declan who is Ronan's older brother. And that's all we really have so far. Just kind of our introduction so far. So, what time is it? I also didn't tell you what hour we're at. So it is currently 12:15 and I am currently sitting at 11 hours and 39 minutes. I've already made plans that I am going to go to a coffee shop and get breakfast and read in the morning. So hopefully there'll be like 2 hours knocked out early in the morning of reading time. So yeah, we'll just see how much I can get done. I'm thinking this will be my last book because it's a little big. It is YA, but it's 400 pages, so I anticipate it taking me the rest of the time. We only have like, actually exactly 5 hours because it'll be 16 hours, 40 minutes. So I have exactly 5 hours to finish this, which I think is possible. And then if I somehow read it even faster than that, I'll throw in something, a manga, a short story. We'll decide when we come to it. But I think that's all I have to tell you now, and I'm just going to read more of this until I fall asleep, and I'll see you in the morning. back from the coffee shop. We actually only ended up spending like an hour there because it was freezing. Like today is the perfect fall day. It's 60 degrees out, it's a little chilly, and then we go into this coffee shop and they have the air conditioning on. Like, what is happening? So I was freezing, but I got some good reading done. I ended up making it past the 100 page mark. I'm at 157. Why am I liking this? Why am I liking this a lot? Like, I'm not seeing why I gave it 2 stars. I remember with the audiobook being really, really confused, but like, maybe it's literally just the audiobook. Maybe it's just that the audiobook was bad. Cause like, yeah, I'm liking this. I want to keep reading. I want to just read this entire thing today. So what we just got was the scene. Thank you so much, Kit. I'm using the cat tree as my camera stand, and she just ran up it as fast as she possibly could. Oh, and now she's gonna put her tail in the frame. Kit! Look at her. She's like, you wanna fight? Okay. Just let me finish this update. I'll be quick, I promise. The scene where the boys all go to the psychics to get their tarot cards read, I loved that scene. Oh my God! She just reached down and clawed at my microphone wig. What are you doing? Oh my God, I'm under attack. Leave it alone, leave it alone. Okay, we gotta be fast here because she is going to throw my camera across the room. I'm liking it. I'm gonna keep reading now. I don't have any plans today except to finish this and maybe probably finish our challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading and I'll check in with you maybe like the 250 page mark unless I have thoughts before then. Okay. Hello, I don't feel like standing up, so this is what you're getting. Also, don't look at my laundry, it's clean. I made it to the 250 page mark. Still having the same thoughts, still really, really liking it. They've gotten into now they're actively searching for the ley lines and the king and all that stuff. So I'm just, yeah, I'm liking getting to know the characters more. I'm still liking the atmosphere and the vibes and the magic in this. Like, truly, what was I thinking not liking this before? So I'm gonna keep going with it. And time check, we are at, I just paused it, we are at 13 hours 54 minutes. So we have about 2 hours and 40 minutes left. I feel like I'll finish it before then. Less than half to go. So we'll see, maybe I can throw in one more really short read. So I fell asleep, and like bad. I just took a 2.5 hour nap. So there goes my chances of finishing the Raven Boys. I mean, I still could finish it later tonight, but right now I'm forced to socialize. I'm going to Dan's brother's girlfriend's birthday party, and we're not going to be there too late, so there are still chances that I could finish this when we get home. I made it to page 287, so it was like almost right after I updated you last that I fell asleep. Still liking it. Nothing too much more has happened. Thankfully, I did pause my timer, so that didn't get messed up. I actually set an alarm to sleep for 15 minutes, and then I snoozed it about 1,000,000 times until I finally just turned it off and slept for 2.5 hours. But yeah, point of this update, I wanted to show you my super cute outfit. This like jacket thing makes me think of Stevie Nicks. So I feel really cute. Okay. Cute! And the shoes. All right, that's all. It is a Sunday in September, so that means I have done nothing so far today except for watch football and eat a lot of junk food. So it's finally time to start reading and finish our book. I read for like 30 minutes after getting home last night, and then I went to bed because I was tired. So yeah, we have, let's see what page we're on. I am on page 353, and there's about 410 pages, so definitely be able to finish this really quick and probably have some leftover time. But I also wanted to show you my latest purchase because look at how cute she is. So something about me, I collect cow squishmallows and bats. Any kind of bat, doesn't have to be a squishmallow. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I like bats. I don't know where the cows came from. I just really love the cow squishmallows. And when I saw this one, literally a combination of my two obsessions, had to have her. So I've just been holding her all day. She makes a really good pillow to place your book on. So that's the plan. And yeah, I'm super excited to finish this. I literally don't remember how it ends. Like I'm scared for these characters. I don't think I'm going to be giving it a 2-star rating. I think my rating will be increasing from 2018. I don't want to say what I'm thinking it will be yet because the ending still could change it, but it's looking very good. I'm very happy I gave this one another try now. So let's do this, and I will talk to you when it's over. I have finished the book. I moved in here because Dan is playing video games, so if you hear anything, that's what that is. But yeah, I really, really like this one, and I'm very, very surprised. I'm very happy that I went back to it, gave it another chance. I always knew that audiobook was not the way to go for this one because all I can remember was just being confused the first time I read this, and actually reading it physically, it was such an enjoyable time. Like, it's YA, so it was very easy to get through. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with YA, but just because I read mainly adult now, YA is like a nice little break. I can usually fly through it. And it wasn't even written like to YA. Like, these characters were very well written. They were all like fleshed out. They felt like real people. There was just so much about them that felt real, even though we're in this like fantasy scenario where they're talking about magic and dead kings. And yeah, something else about me is I am very much a character-driven reader. I don't know if I had realized that back then, so, you know, maybe I was more into the plot back then. Who can say? But yeah, there are definitely books that I feel like you just read at the wrong time, and this was one of them. And now is the right time to be reading it because 5 stars. I think I have to give it 5 stars, and I'm really, really excited to continue with the series now. I wasn't sure if I was going to. This was going to be the test, right? Like, if I still didn't like it, it wouldn't continue. But yeah, I will definitely be continuing. And thankfully, I already took them all out from the library because I was hopeful that I would like this one more the second time around. So that's so exciting. Hopefully I'll get a new favorite series out of this. That would be incredible. And then let's do a time check-in. We are currently at 15 hours, 16 minutes, and 8 seconds. So we have like an hour, 20 minutes to read something else. So I was thinking I would use this opportunity to knock out the buzzword challenge for the month, which is to read something having to do with the senses. So like sight, smell, taste, but that could also be like the body part that you use those senses for, according to Kayla, who made the challenge. So I'm going to read a poetry collection I got a few months ago called Things You May Find Hidden in My Ear by Mosab Abu Toha. I've been putting this one off because I know it's going to be really hard to read, but I also bought it because I know it's an important issue right now. These are poems from a Palestinian author, and I'm pretty sure he lived in Gaza. So it says, these poems emerge directly from the experience of growing up and living in constant lockdown and often under direct attack. Like Gaza itself, they are filled with bombs, rubble, and the ever-present menace of surveillance drones policing a people unwelcome in their own land. They are also suffused with the smell of tea, roses in bloom, and the view of a sunset over the sea. Children are born, families continue traditions, students attend university, and libraries rise from the ruins as Palestinians go on about their lives, creating beauty and finding new ways to survive.
And it's always gone too fast, like a trip to the beach or the life of James Dean. And it kills me to think I'm avoiding the pill I can't swallow.
It's been a little while. I ended up finishing this and I took a break to eat dinner and kind of think about what I just read, gather my emotions. It was very heavy, so I'm feeling a little down right now. As I think is normal when reading about things that are happening in Gaza, it was just really heartbreaking but beautifully written, as I knew it would be. It definitely just gives you like a first-hand look at what's happening, what it's like to grow up in a situation like this. And yeah, I'll just never get over how heartbreaking it is that this is still going on. I don't want to go too much into it because who am I to talk about this kind of stuff? Just know that I'm not going to rate this because it just feels wrong to rate somebody's experiences and emotions. It would be a 5-star if I were rating it. Like, it was incredibly written, but yeah, so officially no rating, but I do really recommend it if you are interested at all in reading this kind of stuff. Just know going into it, it's heavy. My favorites out of the collection were Palestine A through Z, Hard Exercise, We Deserve a Better Death, The Wounds, and A Rose Shoulders Up. There was even a little interlude where there were photos and then just like a little poem or sentence about the photo on the bottom. We still have a little bit of time left. We are at 16 hours and 5 minutes. So we have 34-ish minutes left to go. So I'm thinking to just kind of come down for the night after reading something so heavy. I would listen to an audiobook and just do some journaling and planning for the week that is coming. And I would listen to just something a little goofy. And that is going to be Ankle Snatchers by Grady Hendrix. This is a short story. And unfortunately, it's an Amazon original. So I do have to buy it on Audible. It's like not available anywhere else. So that sucks. I try my best not to support Audible. I would much rather get it from the library. I think I'm actually going to purchase the whole story collection. So this is a part of a short story collection that a bunch of horror authors did, and it is called Creature Feature, Spooky Tales to Keep You Up at Night. The other authors in the collection are Joe Hill, Josh Malerman, Paul Tremblay, Jason Mott, and Chandler Baker. A few of these I've never heard of, Jason Mott, Chandler Baker, and then I really like Paul Tremblay, Josh Malerman. Kind of iffy on Joe Hill. I think his writing is good, but I have not enjoyed the books I've read from him before, so I'm willing to give him another chance. So the whole collection of stories is on sale right now for $12.25 on Audible, and we'll just read Grady Hendrix's tonight because the audiobook is 45 minutes, which is about 29 pages. I don't listen to audiobooks on like the normal speed though. I speed them up, if you didn't already know that. So I actually don't think it's going to take me the whole 35 minutes to listen to this, but I'll try not to speed it up too much so that I don't just fly through it. It just annoys me when people talk slow, like podcasts too. I have to speed them up. I cannot stand slow talkers. So gonna go do some journaling and I will check in with you when we finish this and we hit the 1,000 minute mark. We did it! 16 hours and 40 minutes, or 1,000 minutes of reading in a week. I have my plant light on above me. That's why the shadow on my face is ridiculous right now. Hang on. So I finished Inkle Snatcher with like 5 minutes to spare. So obviously I couldn't squeeze in anything else in that time. So we just let the time run out. I was pleasantly surprised by that short story. I wasn't expecting a 45-minute story to be as good as that was. Like, and Grady Hendrix is one of my favorite authors, so it's not that I was doubting him, it's just that is so short. But he was really able to tell a story in that time. I do feel like the ending, like it kind of cut off. I have that problem a lot with short stories where I still feel like they need to have a solid beginning, middle, end. I feel like this one had a good beginning and middle, but then it just kind of like, it felt like mid-sentence it cut off and that was the end, which that was a choice. I'm not saying it was like bad that he did that, but I would have liked resolution. Like I wanted more. I wanted to see what would happen. So without giving too much away, because this is such a short story that I feel like if I tell you anything, like spoilers. So basically this one is about a man who, when he was younger, his father went to prison for killing his mother. But the way he remembers it is his father told him it wasn't him, it was the boogeyman, and to never step on the ground at night without turning on the light first or the boogeyman will get you. So that's what it's about, and it was a little creepy. There was a scene about stepping out of bed with the lights off, and it got me a little. It's definitely a fear of mine, like just, I think I've talked about it before, but like having your foot outside of the blanket while you're sleeping, like that's how the monsters get you. So this is definitely like, this story was written for people like me that have this irrational fear of something could be under the bed, something could be waiting in the dark to snatch your ankle when you put your foot on the ground. So it was just effective in its creepiness, playing off of that fear that I think is kind of like a universal fear a little bit, like the fear of the dark, fear of unknown, what could be there. And this is coming from a girl who doesn't even have an under the bed. Like my bed frame is like solid. There's no getting under my bed, but I'm still afraid of something just reaching up. So yeah, only complaint, like I said, is I wish it was longer. I wanted to see what would happen. I would have read a whole novel about this concept. I mean, maybe he will develop into a novel one day. I would definitely read it. I would like to see where this goes. So I think for that reason, I'm gonna go with a 4.5 star rating. So officially on Goodreads, it'll be a 4-star. I'm really excited to read more from this collection. So yeah, that was our week. 2 novels, a nonfiction, a manga, a poetry collection, and a short story. Those are 6 books in 1,000 minutes. It's still really unbelievable to me that people want to watch me talk about books on the internet. And just thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me and comment and like and subscribe. I think that's all I have to say for now. So until next time, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.